Battle rap unions. The topic of unions and battle rap has come up many times over the last few years for different reasons. Now, unions have an extensive history. They were created through struggle. And now I'm not going to, get into the history of unions per se. You can, the information is out there, it's well documented. But unions generally are designed to help protect the interests of the members of the union. When you're going up against your employers, when you're going up against management, when you're going up against administration, as far as the workplace is concerned, you file a grievance as a member, detailing the actions that were done to you that were unjust or unfair, and then you take it up, you take it further, right? So ideally, as a battle rapper, if you want to create a union, you have to be able to understand certain things. The unions in general have elected officials. People come together and elect who they want to represent them as the union leaders, the union officials. You have to have a president, vice president. There are positions that are there all the way down to the members. These individuals who are in office are elected, right? And you have to come to an agreement. As far as contracts, unions work off of their own specific bylaws and contracts, their own articles, their own constitutions, their own documented rules and regulations as to the do's and don'ts and how they should perform and what the expectations are from their employers as workers, as members. When you're talking about unions, you're talking about entitlements, not benefits. So what are you saying as a battle rapper? What are you asking for? Okay, what's paid leave? You need sick time, you need vacation time, you need overtime. How is that going to work? See, these are things that you have to, the community has to decide if it even can happen, which is why I think it doesn't happen, because I don't know. I'm just, sharing. I'm conversing, putting my message out there. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but it's something that's mulled through my head when, over the years I've heard battle rappers should have unions, which makes sense because people should have something in place that could help protect their interests. But then you have to do the work to make sure that that can happen and that the league owners agree to, these demands, or, negotiate. A negotiation process has to take place to come together to an agreement, a common goal, so that you can move forward and as a battle rap member and do what you can do without the fear of being done wrong. And if something does happen, you have a legitimate way to document it and to file your grievance and to do what you have to do. You have to have attorneys because there's a legal process that takes place. In unions, there are attorneys who are members of the union who work as attorneys to protect the interests of the union and its members when you're going up against management, and in this case, league owners. Unions, this is specific, in my opinion, to just battle rap. I'm not speaking from the perspective of the management or the league owners or the supervising bosses. But, again, when you talk about battle raps, you talking about time off, days off, weekends off, health insurance, dental insurance, paid leave, vacations, again, pension, retirement plans, like these are things you have to take into consideration. And if it does happen, it'll definitely spearhead a huge level of advancement if it could take place, even on a small scale. Because again, when you talk about unions, you're talking about identifying a group of people from a specific location who are a governing body in their own self, that's self-sufficient in a way, because each member is required to pay dues to the union so that the union can perform its duties accordingly. I know this from my own experience. So battle rap and unions, and then when you become a part of that membership, you have to be able to understand that, okay, these are the rules and regulations. These are the policies that you're agreeing to as a paying union member that you have to follow. That you have to do these things to be in good standing in the union. So that way, when you're doing something according to, the contract, you're doing your job the best of their ability. And this is why this is extensive. But it can be done. I just don't know how the community can do it without having some type of organized measure. If you're upholding your duties as per the contract, then you're good. If something happens to you when you're mistreated, where you're not paid the way you're supposed to be paid, or, something happens where the rug was pulled from under your feet, something was done wrong to you and unjust and unfairly, then you have every right as a member to say, you know what, I'm going to file a grievance. This is going to be documented. We're going to go through arbitration, labor management, whatever it is. As if you're talking union, this is what it's about. And if I'm wrong, people just feel free to chime in, leave comments, and create some type of discussion about this and provoke thought. Because the thing is, the issues are coming up. Issues are coming up and will always come up. Yes, but there's issues come up for a reason, because you need to put certain things in place to be able to do your jobs. You be able to if you want to have the well-desired, positive, successful outcome, you have to be able to have a common agreement or understanding to know what the expectations are from both parties, so that way you can deliver the best work, fairly and equally. So in this case, if you do that, guess who's going to be constantly, motivated to support the culture? The fans, mainstream, your exposure will grow, everybody will win. When you have issues with staff members or battle rap members who are dealing with life issues, who don't have legal representation, they may be able to contact the union, legal team, legal department to help. Or if they have personal problems, again, dealing with whatever social ills like addictions or mental health, there's a department that they can reach out to, or certain clinicians, clinical advisors who can help them, who are also members of the union, who can point them in the right direction, refer them to the proper treatment, to the proper outlet, so that they can receive the treatment that they need. It's just something there. It's an idea that shouldn't just disappear or fade, but I don't know, because when something keeps reoccurring constantly, and you're looking for a solution, but the solution is still not meeting the needs of the problem will continue to arise over and over and over again. It's just my opinion. I think it's something that can work, but it'll take dedication, it'll take persistence, and everyone has to come to agree to that. That's just my opinion from an outside person looking in, but I'm actually inside because I support the culture, the subculture. It's what it is. That's it. Leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Take care.